And their definition of happiness is bringing you down to the level of misery they experience through every day.
So, lads, Caitlin Clark led the WNBA in All-Star voting. All these fans losing their damn minds. They're not happy. Rigged public vote, who cares?
Caitlin Clark was named a WNBA All-Star captain yesterday, and the news sent ripples throughout the league. With a record-setting 1.3 million votes, she firmly established herself as a fan favorite. However, the announcement stirred controversy, particularly from Angel Reese, whose response has become a major talking point. Could this be the beginning of a fiery rivalry, or has Clark's rising dominance unsettled some of the league's top players?
She was always going to lead the W in All-Star voting, but
Caitlin Clark was named WNBA All-Star captain after pulling in a staggering 1.3 million votes. She didn't just top the list, she blew it out of the water. To put it in perspective, her vote count alone exceeded the combined total of the top 30 WNBA All-Stars from 2023. This wasn't just a show of popularity, it was a powerful message from fans, analysts, and the entire basketball community.
She is an incredible basketball player. She does things on the court that we have not seen in the women's game.
Clark's influence stretches far beyond statistics. This isn't just about being named an All-Star, it's about becoming the star. Her role as captain marks a defining moment, the kind that elevates a player from greatness to legendary status. Caitlin Clark has officially transitioned from rising talent to a once-in-a-generation force. What makes her rise even more extraordinary is how she's achieved it, facing injuries, relentless scrutiny, and still performing at a level few can reach. Sure, some critics mention her turnovers, but let's be honest, that's the cost of greatness. She's a dynamic playmaker, shouldering the weight of both her team and the league. This isn't just a personal milestone for Clark, it's a win for the entire WNBA. She's reshaping the image of a modern superstar, right as the league enters a new chapter. Her All-Star captaincy isn't just a title, it's a signal of change. With the momentum she's building, Clark isn't just making history, she's rewriting it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
Let me just blow this. Look at that. I noticed it right off the bat. Look, number one, look at all the purple seats down here in this lower bowl section.
But not everyone is cheering. Angel Reese, a name often linked with Clark in WNBA conversations, reportedly didn't react well to the announcement. While the details remain unclear, fans picked up on subtle clues, cryptic posts on social media, and a noticeable change in Reese's typically confident demeanor. It feels personal, doesn't it? This isn't just about missing out on the All-Star captaincy, it's about feeling eclipsed.
Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated, and that's unfortunate.
Reese's season has been anything but easy. With her team managing only 4 wins, and her own performances swinging between flashes of brilliance and stretches of inconsistency, it's been a rough ride. Watching Clark not just succeed, but dominate, has to be tough. Then there's the narrative, the relentless spotlight on Clark, while Reese, once equally central to the conversation, seems to be slipping out of focus. For someone as fiercely competitive and gifted as Reese, this moment likely feels like a tough one to accept.
Caitlin Clark received 1.3 million All-Star votes this year, the top 30 vote getters in 2023.
Game averaged 1.3 million viewers. It peaked at 1.6 million, and this was up 13% over last year's regular season ESPN average for WNBA game.
What makes Clark's All-Star victory even more compelling is the sheer magnitude of her popularity. She's not just beloved by fans, she's become a full-blown phenomenon. Her influence is so powerful that even players like Fee Collier saw a boost, racking up an impressive 1.1 million votes, thanks in part to the Clark effect. Nike, always savvy with promotion, pushed her visibility to new heights, so much so that even her critics couldn't look away. And speaking of those critics, the so-called haters, they claim to dislike her, but their constant attention only adds fuel to her growing legend. This isn't just about basketball anymore, it's a cultural flashpoint. The tension between Clark and Reese has always been simmering, but this All-Star vote has raised the stakes. Is this the beginning of a fiery new rivalry? Or just another chapter in an evolving saga of competition and star power?
Combination of the two things make her the golden goose for the WNBA. Go after her, compete with her, get the better of her at every turn.
Caitlin Clark has shown she can thrive when the pressure's on. But what about Angel Reese? Will she channel this moment into fuel for a powerful comeback? Or will Clark's soaring success continue to overshadow her season? The WNBA has never witnessed a storyline quite like this. One thing is certain. The spotlight is on, and the next chapter is going to be unmissable.
Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level.
Angel Reese's response to Caitlin Clark's all-star captaincy is exactly the kind of drama that has basketball fans talking. While Reese hasn't directly addressed the news, her cryptic posts and subtle online cues have sparked plenty of speculation. A bit of shade? Maybe. A hint of frustration? Definitely. It feels like she's asking, how did this happen? Without ever saying it out loud. And honestly, can you really blame her?
Up the whole, there's more than one needle mover as far as attendance goes as an individual.
Caitlin Clark has completely taken control of the WNBA narrative, while Angel Reese has been fighting to find her rhythm this season. With her team stuck at just 4 wins, and her performances swinging wildly, brilliant in one game, barely visible the next, it's been a tough stretch. For a player as gifted as Reese, this season likely feels like a missed opportunity, especially watching Clark flourish despite facing her own set of challenges.
When millions and millions of people are tuning in to watch her play, they're watching her play because of the basketball.
Fans, naturally, have been quick to speculate. Many believe Reese feels overshadowed by Clark's meteoric rise, and the numbers seem to support that. Clark isn't just putting up wins, she's capturing the hearts of basketball fans across the board. In contrast, Reese's star seems to be fading, at least for the moment. But this goes beyond just stats. It's about the bigger narrative, rivalry, competition, and the relentless battle for the spotlight.
It's all the double voting and everything, but there was double voting back then. There's double voting in the NBA. They just try to encourage people to vote no matter what.
Now let's talk about the all-star voting controversy, because there's a lot to unpack. Some fans, especially those backing Reese, have cried foul, claiming the public vote was rigged. They blame everything from biased media coverage to overly enthusiastic Clark supporters. But let's be honest, if the system was rigged, who exactly rigged it? Clark's fans didn't just participate, they mobilized, and the numbers speak for themselves. And here's the ironic twist. The same critics slamming Clark's election are often the ones fueling her rise. The hate watching, the constant tweets, the think pieces arguing she doesn't deserve it, they all keep her name trending. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline and wondering why it won't go out.
I just think that she's elevating the profile of women's sports in a way that most women should deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate.
Let's not overlook the comparisons being made between the WNBA's voting system and the NBA's. Both leagues lean heavily on fan engagement, and both have dealt with controversy. But the WNBA's process seems to stir up even more debate, and there's a reason for that. In a league still pushing for broader recognition, every single vote feels more significant. So when a player like Caitlin Clark steps in and breaks records, it's only natural that tensions rise and feathers get ruffled.
If this is not settled, I'm not going to be reporting on this stuff every single day or every single week.
Here's the thing, fan engagement is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's incredible to see so many people deeply invested in the game. On the other, it invites criticism and controversy, especially when someone as polarizing as Caitlin Clark is in the spotlight. But whether you love her or not, one thing is undeniable. She's making a massive impact on the league.
Clearly, players don't like playing with her because look at how she acts on the court when she's not getting a shot. She's so selfish.
For Angel Reese, this moment feels like a turning point. Will she use the frustration as fuel for a strong second-half comeback, or will Clark's rising star continue to cast a shadow over her season? One thing is certain, the rivalry between these two isn't going anywhere. And really, isn't that what makes sports so captivating? The drama, the competition, the larger-than-life personalities, they are all part of the game. As fans debate every post, every vote, and every stat, one thing remains crystal clear. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are at the heart of one of basketball's most compelling storylines. Whether you're Team Clark, Team Reese, or just along for the ride, this is a saga you can't look away from.
That is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's dominating the court. And while her critics may be loud, the numbers speak louder. Statistically, Clark is leading the league in points, assists, and yes, even rebounds. For a guard, that's not just impressive, it's borderline unreal. And before anyone jumps on the turnover narrative, let's clear that up. Sure, she averages 5.6 per game. But guess who else racks up turnovers? NBA All-Stars. Superstars. It comes with the territory when you're the primary playmaker and the offense runs through you nearly every possession.
She was a starter. She was a starter last year in the All-Star game. And this year, she averaged more points. She's averaging more points, more assists, more rebounds.
Clark's efficiency has actually improved compared to last season, even while dealing with a nagging groin injury. That brief cold shooting stretch? Just 3 games. Every elite player hits a rough patch. What matters is the response, and Clark has bounced back in a big way. More points, more assists, fewer turnovers. She's producing across the board. Critics may try to find flaws in her game, but with numbers like these, their arguments just don't hold up.
This is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech.
Now let's look at Angel Reese. She's had her standout moments, no doubt, but consistency has been a challenge this season. Her team's record reflects the struggle, and her individual stats haven't made a strong enough case. Reese is unquestionably talented, but she hasn't shown the same ability as Clark to lift both her game and her team night in and night out. So if anyone's still questioning why Clark was named All-Star Captain, the numbers speak for themselves, loud and clear.
Post from Angel Reese, or what I thought was Angel Reese, or whatever I got told was Angel Reese, about the white girl didn't want any of the fade or something like that. I thought it had to be a mistake.
But this story goes beyond stats. It's about the narrative. The rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese feels like something straight out of a sports drama. It's been simmering since their college days, fueled by iconic moments and quiet jabs that kept fans hooked. Remember that infamous hand wave? It wasn't just a viral highlight. It was a cultural moment that helped turn both players into household names.
The WNBA has been physical. It's been physical since its inception. Like, these women are ball players, and they play the game like ball players play the game. And that requires, at times, being physical. For that, sometimes there are moments where you feel like the physicality is unwarranted.
Here's the bottom line. Caitlin Clark is leading the charge, while Angel Reese is working to keep pace. Their journeys may be different, but together, they are redefining the future of the WNBA. Whether you view them as rivals, frenemies, or simply two of the most electrifying talents in the game, one thing is certain. This story is just getting started. Clark's All-Star captaincy isn't just a personal milestone, it's a defining moment for the league itself. With 1.3 million votes, she didn't just come out on top, she set a new benchmark. This isn't just about popularity. It's about visibility, momentum, and the undeniable fact that Caitlin Clark has become one of the league's most prominent faces. Fans adore her. Critics can't stop talking about her. And the media is locked in. One thing's for sure, the All-Star game just got a serious boost in excitement with Clark at the helm.
There's people in there making noises, they're yelling, they're booing. In her defense, she's never seen fans before. Stephen A. Smith.
As All-Star captain, Clark's leadership could set the tone for the entire game. She's a playmaker in every sense, on and off the court, and you can bet her choices will reflect that. Picture an All-Star lineup shaped by her vision. Fast-paced, high energy, filled with dazzling passes and, of course, a few signature deep threes to remind everyone exactly why she's wearing the captain's crown.
And realistically, they're not even fans of those players. They just hate Caitlin Clark.
But Clark's selection didn't just generate excitement, it set off a media storm. From heated debates over her turnovers to speculation about Angel Reese's reaction, the headlines haven't let up. Some view Clark's rise as a major victory for the WNBA, while others wonder if her spotlight is casting a shadow on the rest of the league. As for Reese, the rivalry chatter isn't dying down anytime soon.
It's actually good because it provokes a level of hostility, which elevates the competitive fervor.
Which brings us to Angel Reese's next chapter. This moment feels like a turning point. Will she lean into the rivalry, or use it as fuel to elevate her game? There's no questioning Reese's talent, but what she needs now is consistency on the court and a renewed connection with her fan base. A couple of breakout performances could change the entire narrative. The real question is, can this rivalry stay healthy for the league? Clark and Reese have kept the WNBA buzzing, but there's a fine line between competition and conflict. If Reese uses this moment as motivation, we could witness one of the greatest player battles in league history. If not, the storyline might start to overshadow the sport itself. So here we are, Caitlin Clark, the record-breaking All-Star captain, leading the charge in a league on the rise. Angel Reese, with all the potential in the world, now faces a choice: rise to the moment or let the rivalry define her. Either way, the WNBA is evolving, and we're here for every second of it. What do you think? Has Caitlin Clark officially taken over the WNBA, or is this rivalry just getting started? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more on the drama and brilliance shaping the future of basketball.